Hello students, today's topic is control statements. In this we are going to learn that how our C program will get executed with using the branching statements. So here this is the classification of control statements or branching statements. So first the branching are of two types, selection branching or iteration branching. So first one is selection branching. In this by using particular condition we can execute our C program, and here with the iteration or looping our statements will get executed in repetitive manner or in a loop. Again, in a selection branching there are two types, conditional and unconditional. In the conditional we can give a condition to block of statement should get executed, and in unconditional we can directly go to that particular statement or a block of statement to get executed. So this is the whole classification of branching or control statements. So firstly we will learn what is the conditional type. In that first one, if statement. So this is the syntax is given for the if statement. In a if statement, firstly we need to give a condition, and if this condition becomes true, our block of statement or our if block statement will get executed, and if this condition become false, the cursor or control get passes to directly the next block. And here this is the diagram is given or flowchart is given for the if statement. In that firstly we need to give a test expression, that is nothing but the condition. If this condition becomes true, then and then only the block of statement will get executed. Otherwise, if it is false, then the control get passed to the next block. This is the program by using if condition or if control statements. Here the algorithm is given. Firstly we need to start our algorithm. After that we are going to print the statement, enter the three number. So this program is used, or this program is for finding a largest number among the three number. So firstly we need to display the statement, enter three numbers. After that we are going to take the variables value from the user, and that variables are a, b, c. Then we are directly assigning the a value to the maximum variable or max variable, and after that by using a if block we are going to check the condition. If b greater than max, then we are going to print, or we are going to store the b's value into the max variable. If c is greater than max, then we are saving the c value into the max variable, and after end of this execution of this three statement we will get the maximum value, that is the largest value among the three number, and we are going to display that by using a print statement. So here the C program for the execution of this program. So firstly we are going to enter the header file in a main program or in a main function. Here this is the declaration of a, b, c variable to store the value of three numbers, and to find a maximum value we are going to take a variable max. Next, by using a print statement we are displaying the statement, enter the three number. By using the scanf statement we are going to save the value of a, b, c variable. Next, by default we are going to consider a's value as like a max value. So to assign a value, max is equal to a, that is nothing but a value will get assigned to the max variable. Next, in a if block we are checking the condition, that is whether b is greater than max. If it is true, then we are saving or assigning the value of b to the max variable. Else Again, we are going to check whether that C's value is greater than max. If it is true, then we are assigning C's value to the max variable, and by execution of this two statement, we will get the maximum value whether it is A, B or C. And at the end, we are going to display the result by using printf statement. Largest number is %d. This is the format specifier, and by the using of format specifier, we are going to display this max value, that is nothing but largest number among the three. Next, if else statement. So in this, we are checking the condition, and this if else statement known as a two-way decision. Two-way decision is nothing but if the condition becomes true, it will execute if blocks. If the condition become false, it will execute the else block. So that's why the statement is two-way decision statement. The syntax is given in a if condition. We are checking the condition, that is test expression. If this test expression condition becomes true, we are executing this if block. Otherwise, we are executing this else block. The flowchart is given here. Test expression. If this test expression becomes true, this statement T will executed. If this condition become false, it will execute the statement L. Here the example is given. Again the same example for finding the largest number among the three. So algorithm is same as the previous. The only change or difference in between here in a if statement, here at both the places we were checking if condition, but instead of the second if, here we place the else. Okay, so that's why the if else statement is two-way condition or two-way decision. That is nothing but if our b is greater than max, it will store b's value into the max variable, else it will replace the max value by c value, and by this we will get the largest number among the three. Next is if else ladder. If else ladder is nothing but within a else, again we are taking if else block. Again, that is nothing but after the else, again we are checking the if condition. Again, in that particular corresponding else block, again we are taking the if condition. So this is if else ladder, that is if else condition within else block. So the flowchart is given for the if else ladder, or it also known as a if else if. So that is first if condition. If it is become true, then we are executing statement T1. If it is false, that is else block, and within that else block, here again this if condition, but we are taking this if block. Okay, within that if block, again the two condition, whether it is true, it will execute statement T2. If it is false, it will execute the next statement. Again within that else, we are taking if condition. Okay, so this flowchart is for if else ladder. The example is given. The program is to find or check whether a number given by user is 0, positive or negative. That is nothing but here we need to find out the three conditions. So firstly, first statement is header file. After that, within a main function, we are going to declare x variable or x number. After that, by user, we are going to take or store the value of x by using a scanf statement. So ampersand x, this will stores this user entered value into the x variable. After that we are checking whether that x is greater than 0 or not. If x is greater than 0, we are printing x is positive. Okay, अगर x 0 से बड़ा नहीं है x, then it means it could be a 0 as well as it could be a negative. So in the else block again we are checking the if condition whether it is 0 or not. If it is x is equal to 0, equal to sign is used for the comparison. So if our x is equal to 0, that is nothing but x having the value 0, then we are printing x is 0, else we are printing x is negative, and after that we are returning the 0 value to the main statement, and here we completed our program. Next is nested if else. So nested if else is nothing but within a if block again we are taking if else condition. So when any if statement is written under the another if statement, this cluster is called as nested if, or we are also calling it as a nested if else. So the syntax is given. So this could executed in two way, that is only by using a if statement and as well as by using a else statement, and in both the if and else statement we are using if else block. Okay, so here in construct 1 we are using only the if statement, and within that if statement we are using if else block, and in construct 2 within the if block we are taking if else statement or if else block, and again in a else statement or else block we are taking if else. Next is, this is the example is given for nested if else. So the program is to find the largest number among the three by using a nested loop. The flowchart is given. Firstly we are going to read the three value ABC. After that here we are checking is A is greater than B. If A is greater than B, we are checking if A is greater than B, we are checking if agar this condition becomes true, we are checking whether A is also greater than C. अगर A B से भी greater है, C से भी greater है, then it means we are printing A is greater. Okay, if A अगर B से बड़ा है but C से छोटा है, it means C is greater. and अगर मेरा A B से बड़ा नहीं है, it means B is greater than A, and if B is greater than A, again we are checking B is greater than C. अगर B मेरा C से भी बड़ा है, A से भी बड़ा है, then definitely B is the largest value, so we are going to print it. So to execute this block, we are taking nested if else. So here in if block, we used if else, and again in else block, we are taking if else. So this becomes our nested if else. So firstly हमें क्या चेक करना है, A is greater than B. अगर A B से बड़ा है, so at the same time we are checking A C से भी बड़ा है या नहीं. If it is true, then we are printing A is greater. अगर A B से बड़ा है but C से बड़ा नहीं है, then surely our C is largest number. else अगर हमारा A B से बड़ा नहीं है, it means B is greater than A. If B is greater than A, we are checking B is greater than C. Yes, then B is the largest number, else C is the largest number, and at the end we are printing or returning the value of main function, that is 0. Next is conditional operator. So conditional operator is nothing but, here in this conditional operator we can give one condition. If it is true, then expression 2 will get executed. If this condition is false, expression 3 will get executed. So the description is given, it executes by the first evaluating expression. So expression 1 is our evaluating expression. अगर ये expression का value true है, then expression 2 will get executed. अगर इसका value false है, expression 3 will get executed. So here the example or program is given. Firstly, we are going to define the header file. Within a main block, we are going to declare the three variables a, b, c variable. After that, by using a printf statement, we are displaying the message enter the two number. After that, here by using a scanf, we are taking the value of a and b from the user. So ampersand a ampersand b, it will scan the value and it will store the value into the a and b variable. Again, now this is our conditional operator. So here we are checking if whether that a is greater than b. अगर a b से बड़ा है, then we are storing that a's value into the c variable. अगर ये बड़ा है, then we are again checking whether that b is greater than a. If it is true, if it is true, it will execute this statement. So यहाँ पे देखो, here firstly we are checking a is greater than b. Yes, then a execute होगा. If a is not greater than b, it will execute this statement. Again in this statement, it will check whether b is greater than a. Yes, then it will print b. If it is not, it will print -1. So if c is equal to -1, that is it will compare the value of c. If c having the -1 value, it will display both the numbers are equal, else it will display the message larger number is c. So this is, here we completed conditional statements. In that conditional statement we have learned four statements, that is if block, then if else block. If block is one-way decision. Second is if else block, that is two-way decision. Next is if else ladder and nested if else. These are the multi-way decisions. So here again the same example is given for the conditional operator. Next is switch statement. Again switch statement is by using a condition. So the syntax is given in a switch statement. Here we are giving the expression or condition. And for the corresponding condition, we can give the multiple cases or multiple block of statement. That is case 1, case 2, case 3 like this. And every time with the cases, we can execute this block of statements. And every time whenever we complete the one block, we need to give the break. So break statement will interrupt the whole condition and the control will get come out of the loop. So here the flowchart is given. In this case 1, in case 1 we are going to give the condition. If it is true, then it will execute the statement 1. Again, if it is false, it will check for the case 2. If case 2 will get matched, it will execute the block of statement. And in this switch case or switch statement, we need to give the default statements which is compulsory. ओके ये क्या, इससे क्या होगा, अगर हमारा कोई भी कंडीशन मैच नहीं होता है विद द केसेस, it will execute or the control will get passed to the default statement and it will execute the default block of statement. So the switch differs from the if else in that switch can test only for equality. whereas if else condition can be test expression by using the true and false. So switch से क्या होगा, इक्वालिटी चेक होगी, बट if else से क्या होता है, the expression will get checked whether it is true or false. Next, a switch statement is usually more efficient than a nested if else. Why? Because in a switch case or in a switch statement, we can give multiple cases at a same time. So see, switch statement can always be placed with the series of else if block. So the example is given here. We are going to start the program and we are initializing the num variable by 8, okay, and we are passing this num variable to the switch block, okay. So now currently num having a value 8 and it will match with the case 8. So only case 8 will get execute, that is it will print the value is 8 and the break statement will execute it, that is nothing but control comes out of the loop of switch block and it will return to the main. So इस program का output क्या है, value is 8, okay. Now consider if I replace this num variable value to the 9, so it will execute only the case 9. Why? Because value is 9 will get printed and break statement will get executed. अगर num variable में मैंने 1 स्टोर किया होता, so case 1 ऐसे कहीं भी नहीं है, so that is nothing but this case value 1 will not get matched with the any of the cases. So जो भी default statement है, that default block of statement will executed. So अगर मैंने num is equal to 1 store किया, what will be the output? Out of range. So here we completed conditional operator or conditional control statements. So next block of statement or control statements are iteration statement or looping statement. In this, the block of statement or block of code will get executed in repetitive manner. A loop allows one to execute a statement or a block of statement repetitively, that is in an iteration manner. There are mainly two types of iteration, that is unbounded and bounded. A loop can be either be a pre-test loop or post-test loop. Pre-test यानी कि पहले expression को check करना, if it is true then and then only block of statement will get executed, and post-test मतलब compulsorily it will execute in at once and after that it will check the condition. So the diagram or flow chart is given for the pre-test loop and post-test. So pre-test में क्या होगा, compulsorily at the first time it will check the expression. If it is true, then and then only it will execute the block of statement. So post-test में क्या होगा, the block of statement compulsorily executed at once and then it will check the condition. So now we will see this looping or iteration one by one. So first is for construct or for loop. The general form or syntax is given of for loop. So in a for loop, firstly we need to initialize the variable. After that, for that particular variable, here we are checking the test or expression and we are updating the value of that initialized variable. So in a updation, we can increment the value of variable and or we can decrement the value. So the flowchart is given, initialization of variable, for that variable checking a condition, if it is true execute the block of statement, if it is false we will come out of the loop, okay. And after checking the condition we are updating the variable. In a updation we can increment it or we can decrement it. Now we will see the example. So we have taken the fact variable having the value 1. By using a printf statement, enter an integer. Here we are checking or finding the factorial of a number. So to find a factorial, take the value from a user by using a scanf statement. Okay, so firstly we will check that whether that number is less than 0. Why? Because जो भी निगेटिव नंबर है और ज़ीरो है उसका हम लोग फैक्टोरियल फाइंड आउट नहीं कर सकते. सो टू फाइंड अ फैक्टोरियल ऑफ अ नंबर वी नीड टू फर्स्टली चेक whether that number is positive or not. If that number is positive, then and then only we can find out the factorials. Okay, so if it is positive number, the control comes into the else block, and here we will start the execution of for loop. So in a for loop, here we have initialized this I is equal to 1, that is initialization part. Okay, and where we have declared this I variable here. Okay, next for this particular variable only we are checking. So in this program we are checking by using a for loop. So in a for loop, firstly we are initializing by using the for loop we are initializing the I variable, and for that corresponding I variable checking the value whether that value is less than is equal to n. If it is true, then we are performing the block of statement, that is fact into equal to I. It means that fact is equal to fact into I. So that's why that into equal to sign will be combined here. So if this condition becomes true, that is I is less than is equal to n, we are performing this, and again we are incrementing that I value. Okay, why? Because here the updation is required, and ये कब तक होगा? Until this condition become false. Okay, if this condition become false, it will come out of this for loop. That's why this for loop known as a loop or iteration block. And at the end of the statement of for loop, or at the end of the block of for, it will display the result, that is factorial of n is equal to LLU. LLU, this is the format specifier for unsigned long lawn fact. Is that clear? So here we completed the example of for loop. Next is while loop. So in a while loop, while statement is pre-test loop. Pre-test is nothing but firstly we are checking the condition, and after checking the condition we are executing that block of statement. So the basic syntax of while statement is shown below as like the same if statement. Here we are checking the while condition, but the only difference in if and the while is that until the condition becomes false we are executing this while loop. And if में क्या था? If is the only one way execution or one way implementation, and while is nothing but here we are checking the condition multiple times until that condition become false. And while is the pre-test flow. Why? Because previously we are checking the condition, and after that we are executing this block of statement. So the flowchart is given. Firstly we are initializing the value of variable. After that we are checking the condition. If this condition becomes true, we are executing block of statement. After that we are updating that variable value, that is it, we can increment as well as we can decrement the value. After that again we are checking the condition up till the condition become false. Whenever this condition become false, the control comes out of the while loop and next block of statement will get executed. So now we will see the example or the program. for the while loop. So here we are displaying the number from variable to the 1 or in a decrementing manner. So in a main block or main function, firstly we have declare the C variable. After that we have initialized its value to the 5. Okay, and if we wanted to display the 5, display the number in a decrement manner, here we are checking the condition C is greater than 0. मतलब जब तक C हमारा 0 नहीं होता तब तक we need to perform this operation or we need to execute this block of statement. Okay, so inside the while loop, firstly we have taken the C value as 5. So 5 is greater than 0. Yes, it will print the C value, that is 5. Okay, next here at the next statement we are updating the value of C, that is C minus 1. It means we are decrementing that C value by 1. Again it will check 4 is less than 0. Yes, it will display the 4 value. Next, again the value C value will get decrement by 1. So 4 minus 1, it will become 3. Again 3 is greater than 0. Yes, we are displaying that 3 value. Again we are decrementing that C value by 1. 3 minus 1, it will become 2 here. Here we are checking 2 is greater than 0. Yes, we are displaying the 2. Again we are decrementing that C value by 1. That is 2 minus 1, it will become 1. 1 is greater than 0. Yes, we are displaying the C value, that is 1. And again we will decrement that value, that is 1 minus 1, it will become 0. Again here we are checking the value whether C is greater than 0. No, it becomes false. So we will come out of the loop. And at next block, next statement is return 0. So return 0 will return the 0 value to the main function, and here we completed our program. Okay, so the while loop is nothing but we are checking that condition unless and until that condition become false. If that condition is true, we are executing that while block of statement. Next is do while. Do while is our post test expression. Post test expression is nothing but once we will execute the condition, after that we will check the condition. So in a do while loop, the block of statement will get executed once any which way, whether that condition is true or false, any which way the condition or block of statement will get executed once. So that's why this control statement known as a post test expression. So here same as the previous, firstly we will initialize the block of statement. So let's firstly learn this syntax. So syntax is, first we need to give the do keyword. After that in a do block we will write the block of statement, and after the end of the do block we will write the while expression, and in this while expression here we will give the test expression. If it is true, our do while block will get executed. If it is false, the loop come out of the block. So here first initialization of variable. Again here this is our do. Do का मतलब क्या है? The test or statement will get executed once in which way. Okay, after that here we are updating the value of a variable. Updating it means either we can increment the value or either we can decrement that value. Next is we are checking the test expression. If it is true, the control come to the do while block, it will execute the statement. And ये कब तक होगा? Unless and until that condition become false. If that condition become false, the control come out of the do while loop. So here the point to note as do while statement, the body of loop is executed first and text expression is checked after the loop of the body, that is nothing but is always executes one loop at least once. Okay, so in a do while always executes the loop body at least once. Okay, so that's why this do while known as a post test condition. So example is given here. Firstly we are initializing the x to the 1. After that we are counting the value. Again do, that is scanning the value of x from the user. If x is greater than equal to 0, we are performing the count value, and after that whenever the x becomes greater than equal to 0, we will come out of the loop and we are going to return the value. Okay, next is unconditional type. Unconditional type is nothing but here we are not giving any condition, we are just executing our program. So there are three statements: return, break and continue. So out of that return we have learned the return. Return is nothing but returning the value of a function. ओके जैसे मेन के साथ हम लोग क्या लिखते हैं, रिटर्न 0. इफ अवर मेन फंक्शन इज नॉट रिटर्निंग एनी वैल्यू वी आर राइटिंग रिटर्न 0. सो रिटर्न स्टेटमेंट इज ऑलवेज यूज्ड विद द फंक्शन. ब्रेक स्टेटमेंट हमने अभी पढ़ा. ब्रेक स्टेटमेंट वी आर यूजिंग to break the control sequencing. Okay, and where we are using this break in a switch statement. And next continue. Continue is used to just continue the program. Now next is go to statement. Okay, so go to statement, this is the unconditionally transfer. Why? Because here in a go to statement we are not checking any of the condition, we are just passing the control to that statement. So the go to statement unconditionally transfer to the statement associated with the label. Go to किसके साथ यूज होता है, compulsorily with the label always. So the go to is the keyword and label name. So we can give any of the label name. Label name हम कुछ भी दे सकते हैं, but go to always will work with the label name only. So here the example is given. Firstly, we have declared the variable, we have initialized the variable. By the printf statement, we have displayed the statement, enter the number. After that, we have taken the variable value from the user by using the scanf statement. Next, in a if block, we are checking if that number is less than 0, the control will get passed to the end, that is go to end. And where is that end? Here. Okay, so अगर हमारा नंबर लेस देन 0 है, it will come at the end. Okay, if it is not, it will execute this for loop or for block. क्या होगा उसमें, c is equal to 1, it will check whether c is less than equal to n, so it will count this factorial value. That is nothing but just now we have seen that कोई भी नंबर अगर less than 0 है, we cannot find the factorial. To find the factorial of a number, that number should be a positive. तो यहाँ पे हम लोग फर्स्ट में क्या चेक कर रहे हैं, here we are checking whether that number is positive or not. If that number is negative, then directly here we are passing the control to the end, that is by using go to with the label. And यहाँ पे label का नाम क्या है, end, and where we have written that end at the end of the program. So this is a go to statement. Next, example of continue. So example of continue is just used to continue the program. अगर हमारा condition अगर false भी आया है, then also अगर हमें प्रोग्राम का फ्लो कंटिन्यू करना है, then we are using this continue statement. Here firstly we have used the header file, after that the main function. Next is here int ij, that is we have initialized, we have declared the two variable I and j. After that, in that I and j, we have taken the two for loop. First for loop will start from the I and it will execute up to the 3 value, and within that for loop again we have taken the another variable j variable, and the condition is I is less than 5, and within that here we are checking if j is equal to 2, we are again continuing the execution. Okay, so पहले क्या होगा, I is equal to 1 will get initialized, again next j is equal to 1. Okay, and again here we are checking the condition j is equal to 2. Yes, it will continue to print j. So पहले हमारा j का वैल्यू क्या है, 1 है, so it will print the j value. Okay, next क्या होगा, I will get increment 1 था, तो इससे क्या होगा 2. So 2 is less than 3. Yes, it will come inside the loop. It will execute this for loop. 1 के बाद में क्या होगा, it will check or j will become 2. 2 is less than 5. Yes. So j is equal to 2 है. We are printing the value of j again. Again the same form will get executed. 134 134 134 in this form. Why? Because always we are printing the j's value. We are not printing the i's value. Got this everyone? Next is example of break statement. So here firstly declaration of header file, then declaration of main function, then declaration of variable. Here I is equal to 1, I is less than 50, that is 1 is less than 50. Yes, we are printing the 1 value. Okay, next again we are checking that we are incrementing that I value. I पहले क्या था, 1 था, it will become 2. So 2 is less than 15. Yes, we are going to display the 2. It will increment by 3. 3 is less than 15. Yes. Okay, next 3 is next it will become 4. 4 is less than 50 up to the 10. But जब वो 10 होगा, it will check that if I is equal to 10, मतलब 10 is equal to 10, it will break the control and this come out of this loop. और वो एग्जीक्यूट कब तक होगा, 10 तक. वाई? बिकॉज यहाँ पे अगर हमने कंडीशन दी है लेस देन 50, बट यहाँ पे एवरी टाइम इट विल चेक वेदर इट इज आई इज इक्वल टू 10. So it will compare the I value, and when the I value becomes 10, it will come out of the loop and it will exit from the program. So this is the use of a break statement. And next is go to statement. Just now we have seen the example. I is equal to 1, that is we have initialized the I value, that is 1 is less than 5. Yes, यहाँ पे check होगा 1 is equal to 2. No, we are incrementing the I value 2. 2 is less than 5. Yes, 2 is equal to 2. Yes, so go to there. So there कहाँ पे है, the control pass to this there label. So there label के बाद में क्या है, print 2. So that's why यहाँ पे क्या print होगा, TWO2. Next statement है return statement, that is program will get exited. So 1 and the 2, this will be the output of this program. Next, the difference between a break and continue. Continue is used to continue the execution of a program, and break is to break the control statement. So it helps to make an early exit from the block where it is appear. So early exit करने के लिए मतलब break करने के लिए control sequencing जो भी है program का, to break that control sequencing we are using break statement. And continue statement is used for अवॉइडिंग द रिमेनिंग स्टेटमेंट इन करंट इटरेशन ऑफ द लूप, मतलब जितने भी रिमेनिंग इटरेशन है वो अगर हमें अवॉइड करने हैं देन वी आर यूजिंग दिस कंटिन्यू. Then again break. It can be used in all control statement including switch case. switch case में तो हमने देखा ही है how the break statement we are using, with um, but instead of the switch जितने भी सारे कंट्रोल स्टेटमेंट्स है उसमें भी हम लोग ब्रेक स्टेटमेंट यूज कर सकते हैं. And here continue, it can be used only in a loop construct. Why? Because it is used to avoid the condition, so that's why it is used only in a loop statement. And this is the program for nested loop. That is, if we wanted to display this output, then here we have used nested for loop. So one for loop is used for the row and another for loop is used for the column. Okay, by using this nested for loop we can display this output. So here we completed all our control structures. So thank you to all of you.